Pontiac Grand Prix pace car heads for pit road. Mike Skinner and Steve Grissom in row 1. Dale Jarrett and Dale Earnhardt in row 2, about to come down and get the green flag and start the 39th Daytona 500.
300 feet away from the line, green flag goes in the air, and we are underway in the Daytona 500. On the break, the front two get a good jump on everybody else. They're door-to-door going to 1. Now they'll tuck in single file as they hit the corner, led by Mike Skinner.
Skinner gets the lead. Steve Grissom falls in behind him. Then it's about a 3-car length gap back to Dale Earnhardt, who rides alone in 3rd. The race for 4th, though, side by side. Jeff Gordon trying to make the move. He's up on the banking on the outside of Dale Jarrett, exiting turn 2.
Ford down low, Chevy up high. Jarrett now with the position down low. Gordon trying to rally back on the outside. Meanwhile, directly ahead, Jeff Gordon breaks out of line. This is the battle for 3rd. Gordon to the inside, Earnhardt to the outside in 3.
Gordon gets a 3rd position, but Earnhardt battles back to the outside of the racetrack. The line forms up on the inside. Jeff Gordon holds down the 3rd position. Grissom looks quickly for the top slot. They'll race off the corner, still double wide for 3rd.
Steve Grissom dives to the bottom in front of Jeff Gordon, trying to draft by Mike Skinner. Skinner gets a good run, though, and will lead lap 1 of the Daytona 500. It is Earnhardt racing Grissom for 2nd. Now Gordon goes down to the bottom, 3 wide for the runner-up spot as they head back to 1.
Jeff Gordon is strong down at the bottom of the racetrack. Flashes by Steve Grissom, picks up that 3rd position. Now he'll go to work on Bill Elliott, who's now moved up on the outside. That's the race for 3rd. The front two are nose to tail.
Meanwhile, off turn 2, Dale Earnhardt takes the lead. He'll grab the spot away from Mike Skinner. Bill Elliott now in 3rd, racing side by side with Jeff Gordon. Gordon down to the inside. It's a drag race for the 3rd spot.
Gordon challenges Elliott for the 3rd position as he climbs the 31-degree banking of turn number 3. Side by side, everybody stacked up double wide behind as the front two race off turn 4, single file.
Now the first 2 laps, there was a 14-car breakaway. The last time down the back straightaway, it turned into 18. Now it's all of a sudden the whole field is right back together just like they started a moment ago. From 3rd place on back, that's where they're getting down to business in turn 1.
Heading that back is that ongoing battle for the 3rd spot. Bill Elliott and Jeff Gordon both looking for drafting help from above. And of course, the guy they're looking to pass now, Mike Skinner, he's riding along in the 2nd spot. Behind them, stacked up double wide through the field.
Jeff Gordon now leading the pack of cars down to the inside. Gordon losing ground now as Dale Jarrett breaks out of line. 3 wide to the inside of Steve Grissom, to the inside of Mark Martin to 3.
They'll sort that out to double wide now as the front 3 cars go single file. Bill Elliott has cleared that 3rd place battle with Jeff Gordon. Now Gordon goes side by side with Schrader for 4th.
They will race there double wide from that 4th place scramble on back through the field. Front 3 single file. Now Schrader pokes the nose out in front of Gordon for 4th. Sterling Marlin will try and run up to Gordon's outside. Dale Jarrett tries to go to his inside. Gordon blocks there. They're still wheel to wheel to the corner.
Gordon again dives down to the inside. This time he'll flash by Ken Schrader, picking up the 3rd position. Make that the 4th spot for Gordon. Now it is Dale Jarrett on the move. He's got the inside lane. He and Schrader race off turn 2.
Jeff Gordon, who led the race earlier from laps 57 and 90, just came out of the lead pack and headed for pit road. He is leaving there now. Jim Phillips has the story.
He's leading with a new set of right side tires, Alan. A flat tire for Jeff Gordon. The right rear, they changed 2 tires in 10 seconds flat.
Gordon has not lost a lap yet, but he is all by himself, just trying to get up to speed in turn 1 as the leaders streak across the start-finish line. Here at Daytona, the leaders flash across the stripe. Mark Martin now with Jeff Gordon square in his crosshairs, trying to put Gordon 1 lap down and see if he can eliminate him from contention to win the 500.
Martin's got a pack of 14 cars behind him, all charging in on Jeff Gordon. Gordon doing all he can to try to stay out in front, but he's going to lose. Here comes Martin sneaking up on the rear deck of Jeff Gordon to put a lap on him.
Now Martin moves down low, trying to pass Gordon. Gordon blocks him. Now Martin looks low, looks outside, now looks low again. Jeff Gordon making his Chevrolet awfully wide, trying to keep Mark Martin at bay.
A lot of zigzagging going on in the back straightaway, but as they enter turn number 3, everybody sticks down to the bottom of the racetrack, not wanting to step out of line and take the high lane. Down low, Jeff Gordon holds on to the tail end of the lead lap.
83 laps remaining in the Daytona 500. Still an awful lot of racing to get it done. Mark Martin has been the strong horse for the last 15 or 20 circuits around, and give a call to Jeff Gordon. He's doing a whale of a job to keep from getting himself lapped as they go back into turn 1.
In this situation, all they can do is try to block, but it can't last but so long. Here's Martin now looking down to the inside. Gordon will block that move. The freight train works their way off the banking of turn number 2. Behind Martin, Bill Elliott, Dale Jarrett. They're chasing down Jeff Gordon.
Now Mark Martin will stay in behind Jeff Gordon. Gordon has no blocking maneuvers now. Oh, trouble on the backstretch. Greg Sachs gets spun out of line. Also Jeff Burton spins. Sachs now doing pirouettes through the grass. Slams hard into the inside wall. Jeff Burton also spins down low. Both cars come to rest on the inside inside of the backstretch.
Caution is on the speedway. It comes out immediately at lap 120. Again, a couple of cars involved in the backstretch.
And a big break this yellow is for Jeff Gordon, who did beat Mark Martin back to the start-finish line, gets back onto the lead lap and back into contention to win the Daytona 500.
I want to see this one. I want to see this finish. I know you do.
They've all taken turns at the top of the stack. Bill Elliott has, Dale Earnhardt. Jeff Gordon is back up to third. Don't count him out, rallying back from a flat tire earlier. As the laps wind down in the Daytona 500, and 6 cars running a single file draft in the lead, there's another group of about a dozen who are all side by side from position 7 back to about 19th and 20th, all really fiercely racing for position. Unfortunately for them, they're about 2/3
Wall jump
behind.
on the back straightaway. Dale Earnhardt is into the wall. Looked as though he was tapped by Dale Jarrett coming off the corner. Racing side by side. Earnhardt hit the outside wall hard and rolled down the back straightaway.
Earnhardt's car will spin off to the apron of the racetrack in the middle of the back straightaway. Took a hard lick to that outside wall.
Now the 6-car lead draft deciding the 500 is down to just 3. Bill Elliott led them to the caution with Jeff Gordon second and Terry Labonte third. Here comes Ernie Irvin's car to the pit lane, minus its hood, flat tires on the machine, and the like for Dale Earnhardt. Another Daytona 500 will end in an unfortunate manner. It looked like because we have the benefit of a video replay, Earnhardt's car just hit the wall off of turn number 2. The car just went high on him and hit the wall and came back across the racetrack into Dale Jarrett and Ernie Irvin's machine. Then after he caught the wall, he came off the wall, made the contact with Irvin and Jarrett, then went back into the wall, flipped over on his roof, then flipped back onto all 4 wheels and spun into the infield grass. So Earnhardt's car apparently just getting away off of turn number 2. Now another look at that, Barney, and Jeff Gordon was side by side with Earnhardt, and there might have been some contact there between those two, although it looked like Earnhardt did hit the wall first, and then the contact was on the rebound from the wall that he might have bumped Gordon, then the contact with Jarrett and Irvin, and then the flip for Earnhardt's car that sent it sliding down the back straightaway. But again, Dale has climbed from the machine, though he will not win the 1997 Daytona 500 after being a strong contender early and then late in the race. He wasn't really a factor in the mid part. Now he is done for the day. Here's the pace car headed down off pit road. Bill Elliott trying to come up to speed. The field behind him scrambling now as Elliott is a little slow to get up to speed, and they don't want to pass before they get to the start-finish line and get penalized. Now they cross the stripe. We're back racing with 7 laps to go. Bill Elliott leads to turn 1.
The attack is on. Terry Labonte right behind now, trying to make the move, falling in line behind Jeff Gordon to try to pass Bill Elliott. They'll get back into single file in turn 2. Ricky Craven also takes a shot. He looks down low. Here is Gordon dropping out of the pocket, trying to go underneath Bill Elliott.
Now Elliott puts the block on, goes down low. Now Gordon goes high, Elliott goes high. Full court press on by Gordon, but Elliott's there, blocking him now all the way to turn number 3.
Elliott cranks it back up to speed, dives down to the inside of the racetrack and defends the low lane. Gordon can't do anything with him. Elliott leads by 1 car length off the 4th turn.
That's the biggest advantage we've seen anybody have in the last hour here at Daytona as far as the leader, 1 car length. They come after him in a hurry back at the start-finish line. Elliott hangs on to it. Jeff Gordon with a wheel mark on the front side goes to the apron of the racetrack. He gets bumped a little bit, but he doesn't give up. He stays in the throttle and goes for the lead in 1.
3 wide coming into the turn. Jeff Gordon is the man who picks up the spot, diving all the way to the inside. Now back up in the middle of the racetrack. He'll leave Elliott and Terry Labonte to battle for second off turn 2.
Chevrolet leads the way. Jeff Gordon now out in front, side by side for second. Terry Labonte and Bill Elliott there. Now Elliott gets shuffled out of line. Move Labonte to second. Now Craven side by side with Marlin for third.
Terry Labonte pushing Gordon into the corner as Craven dives down underneath Sterling Marlin for the 3rd position. They're stacked up double wide right behind as Gordon leads off the turn.
Jeff Gordon will come down, taking over the lead with 5 laps to go in the Daytona 500. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a little more fender contact before this race is over. Gordon, Terry Labonte now side by side for 3rd. Ricky Craven and Sterling Marlin headed for the corner.
Craven trying to make something happen down on the bottom side of the racetrack, up alongside Sterling Marlin, and he is strong. Craven gets the nose of his Chevrolet out in front. He'll pick off the 3rd position. Marlin now has to squeeze back in line before Bill Elliott comes by him.
Now Elliott, who got drop kicked last time by, finds his place in line. It is 5th, right behind Sterling Marlin. Meanwhile, further back, here's Darrell Waltrip down the inside, 3 wide with Bobby Hamilton.
Waltrip goes low, picks off the position. Meanwhile, Terry Labonte takes a look to the inside of the leader. Jeff Gordon dives down to the bottom. He'll defend the spot. Now trouble up in on turn number 4. One car slides to the outside of the racetrack. It is a huge multi-car accident starting about halfway through the field. It all started with Johnny Benson got sideways. Several cars have piled up behind. As the smoke clears, we see at least 10 machines down on the inside of the racetrack.
Joe Nemechek is involved. Also involved is Dave Marcus. Johnny Benson took the most serious damage along with Morgan Shepherd. We see Bobby Labonte driving away. Dale Jarrett got the right side of his car caved in, though he is rolling. Also involved looks to be the machine of Dick Trickle, which took a hard impact to the inside wall. Here also involved would be Lake Speed's machine, and we are under caution after a multi-car accident off of turn number 4, triggered back about 10th or 11th in line when Johnny Benson got turned headfirst into the outside wall, and everybody back behind him began scrambling and crashing. The yellow flag waving with 4 laps to go in the race. Jeff Gordon did win the race back to the caution flag. Now the question becomes, do we see another green before this 500 is waved over?
And we're down here with Ray Evernham. Ray, when Jeff Gordon make that, it's been quite a day for you, but when Jeff made the move, did you think he was making it too early?
Well, no. I mean, he calls his own shots. He knows what to do. He knows where he needs to be. He's done a great job, and so has his crew all day. And I know that somebody's driving up the road listening, and his name's Ken Howes, and he's helped me a bunch this week. And I just hope that we can hang on to this thing for everybody, especially, Rick for home. It's awful nice to see all 3 of those cars up there, and just thank God everybody's all right from the crashes.
Well, this has been quite a comeback for this team.
Yeah, but, we've been fortunate. You've just got to be ready. We don't have to have the fastest car. You've just got to be ready when the opportunity comes up. And, it's just been a good day. And I just hope, and I pray to God we can hang on.
That's crew chief Ray Evernham for Jeff Gordon, who's now the leader of the Daytona 500.
In fact, the race is over for all intents and purposes, Barney, because when they come back around, we will see the white flag. And so Jeff Gordon, provided he can make it back around for a couple of laps under the caution flag, is going to win the 1997 Daytona 500. And now coming to the start-finish line and seeing the caution and white flags. One more lap to go in the 1997 Daytona 500. Jeff Gordon will win this race as he works his way back around following the pace car. We'll check in quickly down in the garage.
Let's get a reaction down on pit road. Jim Phillips.
We're still down in here, the Jeff Gordon pit, and they're just waiting. He don't want to race it. It's not over yet till we cross that line. So that's the story here.
So the crew not wanting to count anything definite until it comes to be, but Jeff Gordon following the pace car up in turn 4 in front of Fred Armstrong.
Jeff Gordon sits at the bottom of the racetrack with Terry Labonte right behind. Ricky Craven, what a comeback to head to third, and as they come through this area of the racetrack now strewn with a little bit of metal still and tire tracks all over the place, Jeff Gordon begins to receive the ovation from the turn 4 grandstands as he slips off the corner and heads down the short straightaway and back to the checkered flag of the Daytona 500.
So Jeff Gordon swinging down right now. NASCAR did everything they could to get this one back. Just no way to do it with the track in the condition it is. And here comes Jeff Gordon down to the line to win the Daytona 500. It's going to be quite a celebration down in Victory Lane for this one.
Jeff Gordon's crew now beginning the celebration on pit road. Gordon with his hand out the window, waving to the crowd. The checkered flag and the 500 is over. Jeff Gordon is the winner of the 1997 Daytona 500. Let's go to Jim Phillips.
Well, Ray Evernham, it's official now. You've won the Daytona 500. Congratulations.
I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, to win the Daytona 500, I can't believe it. And again, there's a lot of people you got to thank. Of course, DuPont and Quaker State, and welcome aboard Pepsi, our first race with Pepsi. But most of all, the people back home that have helped us out so much in Hendrick Motorsports, all the people in the engine shops and the chassis shop, and especially Ken House, the shock Nazi. He really was a tremendous help this week. And, our teammates, what a great thing to see the cars come across 1, 2, 3 for Rick. Right now he needs a good attitude boost, and hopefully this will pump him up.
I'm sure it will. They head to Victory Lane. Congratulations to Ray Evernham and the Rainbow Warriors.
And Evernham making a good point that it is a 1-2-3 sweep in the Daytona 500 for Hendrick Motorsports. Jeff Gordon, Terry Labonte, and Ricky Craven, the front 3. Again, Bill Elliott finishing 4th and Sterling Marlin 5th. Don't go away. Lots of post-race still to come your way, including an interview with the winner and some of the other top finishers and players in this late race scenario that has concluded the 39th Daytona 500.
We should be able to catch up with the victor in just a second, Alan.
So the word from the runner-up, Terry Labonte, who finishes in the second position. And again, Ricky Craven will finish third and complete a Hendrick Motorsports sweep of the Daytona 500. Jeff Gordon in Victory Lane. We will hear from him there momentarily. As a matter of fact, why don't we go in that direction now? Jeff Gordon, the winner of the 97 race, is with Jim Phillips.
Well, as a matter of fact, we're trying to get in here. past all the crowd. He's getting congratulations from Ray Evernham right now. Congratulations, Jeff. He's getting Jimmy Johnson a hug here.
Way to go. That was a good move right there, buddy.
Congratulations, Daytona 500. You're the winner.
Am I here? Is this happening? This is awesome. I tell you what, we won the Brickyard in '94, and I thought that no moment could ever, pass that one up. But, this one has. I think, I know it's only my 5th season in Winston Cup, but each year I appreciate this race more and more every day. And I tell you what, I'm so happy. This one was for Rick Hendrick. And, I mean, what a way to do it. 1, 2, 3, Hendrick. And I couldn't have done it without those guys. That was teamwork out there, out there on the racetrack there at the end. I didn't think I could get by Bill, but, man, I tell you what, we were working him over pretty bad. I bet he was a little worried seeing those Hendrick cars back there. But got to thank DuPont Automotive Finishes, Quaker State. Goodyear had a great tire today. And, of course, our new sponsor, Pepsi. It's great to have them on board.
But it was not all a good day. Tell us about your problems you had during the race.
Well, I was running along there. Everything was good. I mean, we're having good, consistent pit stops and just staying in that lead draft. The thing wanted to lead. I tell you, the thing was just really strong today. And the chassis couldn't have been any better. So my hat's definitely off to Ray and these guys on this crew. But, I drove into 3, and I felt it get a little wobbly. And I was like, man, what's that? And I drove into 1. And, man, the thing just come out from underneath me, and I said, I know I've got a right rear going down. And I called in and told them, and I thought the quicker we get in, the better. Then we come in, they said, well, it wasn't flat. And I was like, oh, no, and then it just took a little while. It was slowly going down. But, we made the right call, and, I just prayed and prayed and prayed. Please, if I'm going to glorify you today, make this one be the one. I made, I said, let's do 4 tires. Ray wanted to do 2 tires, and I tell you what, I was second-guessing myself all day long. I thought, man, we messed up, but it ended up working out.
Certainly a better start than you had last year.
Wow, what a way to start out in '97. I mean, speed weeks have been unbelievable to me. Daytona, I mean, this is the race. This is the big one. This is the one we want to win, and it's just unbelievable that it's true right now.
Jeff Gordon, the winner of the 1997 Daytona 500.
Gordon celebrating in victory lane his first win of the 500, his 20th NASCAR Winston Cup Series victory. Jeff Gordon has become the 25th different winner of the Daytona 500. His name will be inscribed on the Harley J. Earl Trophy, along with the other greats who have won this race. And his car, as it went into victory lane today, goes into Daytona, USA tomorrow morning. Now for Barney Hall, I'm Alan Bestwick saying so long from the Daytona International Speedway, where Jeff Gordon has won the 39th Daytona 500.